You ain't got no will, you ain't got no bottle. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. You ain't got no cash, you ain't got no dollars. They stay with that drama, let's just be real.
What's going on, Can't Stop, Won't Stop fans? Check this out. I know it's been a minute. I want to answer some of your questions real quick. I've been down and out for a minute. I've been sick, so I'm getting back in the gym and trying to get it right today. So I'm ready to anticipate. I'm ready to get back in there. I just had been down for this sick cold I had. But I want to answer one of the questions I got. One of them I was asked was, how do I get my arms as big as I do? For one, you got to realize I've been training for a long time. This hasn't been just short, quick, like I've been training just for the last 3 months. It ain't been like that. So this has been over the years. You're talking about 15 years worth of training. I'll tell you what we used to do when I was in high school, man, football wise, man. We used to get a towel and somebody be on the end of that towel pulling. And I used to be on this side pulling up while they pulling down. You know, that was one way we used to do as far as my arms. I used to get big because my arms and my shoulders and chest was the biggest thing that grew on me. So those were my big fixtures that I like to do because those were the biggest things that grew on me. But we used to pull while somebody else pulling down that towel. I used to pull with all my might and squeeze. It went from 2 hands to going to 1 hand, pulling all that might and I'm pulling. Also, while I was in the gym, I used to take a straight bench bar curl, just a regular bench bar. Put a 45 on each side, and I used to just curl, and I was squeezing it. I would squeeze at the top, but I made sure I didn't care how many I did. I squeezed at the top, and I went to it hurt, cause I couldn't do no more. Another big thing I used to do was I'll take the easy bar curl. I'll take that, I'll put 45s on each side, and I would curl. It ain't always about heavy weight, y'all. If you can't do that much, don't go in there doing that. It ain't all about heavy weight. So if you only can do a certain amount, get in there, do it. But every time you curl, squeeze with it. Squeeze them biceps, man, when you get in there and do it. Same way. Another big thing for me was dips. I love to get on the dip bar. I love to do dips. Feel it and burn, but at the same time, I was squeezing at the top. Every time I go back down, I'm squeezing so I can feel that muscle. Another big thing for your triceps is getting it. And you get on that extension bar, you're pulling out. Just pull all the way up so you feel that. That's another big one. But that, as far as my arms, man, that's what I used to do, man. It was a lot of curls. I did a lot of curls. And, man, I did more curls and more curls. That's all I can tell you. Like I say, man, it's been 15 years worth of training, so this ain't been just around the corner. So, I mean, you can try that, add it in your routine to see how it works for you. Everything that works for me is not exactly going to work for you. But try to see what kind of results you get. Another question for me was my diet. What am I eating? And how much I'm eating. You know, right now, I've been sick, so I've been slacking off on my meals of how much I've been eating. But when I was eating good, it was 6 to 7 meals a day. You talk about anything from chicken breast to tilapia fish. I'm always eating broccoli. Anything green, I'm eating. Green vegetable, collard greens, I'm just not using that seasoning. I'm not putting seasoning on it. If I do put seasoning on, I'll put something on like my chicken breast, but it's going to be like Mrs. Dash. So I'm not really using all the seasoning that everybody use and do. Another thing for me has been sirloin steak. I've been hopping on getting sirloin steak and eating that also. I'm adding that in my meal. I'm going to stay trying to eat clean. I got training coming up here in a few weeks, so I got to do. So I'm going to continue on this diet plan for a while. One thing, guys, y'all got to learn is when something is working at first and it stops working, you got to change up. You got to change up what you're doing. You cannot continue to do the same thing you're doing because it's not working for you anymore. A lot of people, you get to a plateau. And once you get to that plateau, you realize, well, dang, this is not working. I'm not getting the pump that I used to get. You have to change up your workout. If you're not doing that, then your bodies are used to the same workout you've been doing. So you have to switch up your workout. I would say switch it out each week to doing something different. Good example guy, Mac Rashid here. That's a good one. He overtrains, you know, like back in the day, everybody saying overtrain is not good. Overtrain is not good. Look where he's at. So, you know, my biggest thing when I was younger, I used to look at the Muscle Fitness magazine. I was like, the biggest person for me was Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman was the biggest person for me looking at. I used to look in the magazine like, man, look how big Ronnie Coleman was. And I used to want to be that way. So I would go to GNC, pick up the latest supplement they was getting, and I was taking it. I was in the gym. So it motivated me, you know, but then you realize, you know, I was doing the workouts that was in the magazines, but then you realize as you go along, you'll start to learn what's true and what's not true, you know. So you have to take it as your own and look at it and really take it and look at what's going on. A lot of people are opening up and realize the stuff that's not true and what is true. So read. That's the biggest thing you need to do. Read on everything you're doing. Don't make a mistake. Read on what you're doing. Don't hurt yourself. So always read on what you're doing. I'm living like everybody else. I'm not living the high life. I ain't got a bunch of money. I ain't got all that. You know, I am a regular person. I work a job. I'm working. So regardless if I'm working, I'm still hitting the gym. I'm still eating. Is it hard? Yes, it's hard. It's not going to be easy. So that was another question that was asking me is I'm working like everybody else. This is not a full-time thing that I'm doing. Would I love it to be? Yes. I'm going to push myself to that level to try to get there, to make this my life. This is what I want to do. Yes. That's why it's my slogan, my thing is can't stop, won't stop. So that means I'm not going to stop, but I don't want to stop. So I'm going to continue to do this. This is what I enjoy doing, and I'm going to keep doing it. So guys, you know, you have to get to that level to say, hey, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to find a way to get there and do it. So it's hard. Yes, it's hard. Life is hard, period. You can do it. This is what you want to do. You can do it. Guys, I want to thank you for listening to me. I got a lot more questions to answer. And thank y'all. I'll hit you back later. Can't stop, won't stop. Peace, y'all.
You ain't got no will. You ain't got no bottle. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You ain't got no cash.